Hello YouTube, it's ProCityGaming and welcome. So today I have built two prototype ships, one being blue and the other being orange, both having similar but slightly different purposes. They both use the piston design, which is recently added because it's Thursday, which every Thursday there's a patch, I believe. And the pistons just, as you'd imagine, would go straight out. So this one is kind of like a harpoon, as I'm going to show you momentarily. It sticks into the enemy ship, and you can do whatever you want. You can board it, you can continue firing rockets at it since it cannot escape. You can do whatever. So you don't want to go too quick when running into this. You don't want to break anything valuable like I might have. So once you got contact, just select your pistons and turn up their velocity, and it's a good idea to accelerate into it because the pistons do give a lot of resistance when puncturing through the armor. So as you can see, my mass is lowering. These pistons are doing their job and breaking stuff up. Basically, when you're attacking another vessel, the thing you want to do the most is just create damage and make their systems not work. Basically, yeah. So I don't know what's going on with this piston. It seems to have glitched out a bit. But actually, is it going through the floor? It appears to have glitched through the floor, which is, it's fine. They just released this about 4 hours ago. They still have to optimize them. But if this is the hangar, and if there were any ships in here, they would have been destroyed. Now, you want to pick a better spot next time, but I chose that one because we are right here, and I'm currently getting 4 frames per second. Thank you, Intel Graphics. That was sarcasm, by the way. Alright, so now we're going to our upgraded ship, which has a spinning bit and a longer arms. You do not have to give thrust into these because it has a landing gear. But you still want to be careful not to smash your landing gear. So I'm going to try to get right here. Now, I did build this ship. A lot of ships aren't going to have this open spot. This one doesn't have this open spot because this isn't the original world. There's a small ship which is actually a very big turret on the top. But it, unfortunately, when you copy and paste, it does not come with it. So I think we have contact. Yes, I'm not moving. Alright. So once you've gotten contact, turn on the grinder, your rotor, and I'm going to slowly activate all of these pistons. That should be enough. As you can hear, the grinder is doing its job, cutting through the armor. So let's take a look at what's going on. Once again, getting 4 frames per second. So this is what's going on from the inside of the ship. Which, this is the main control center. And this thing seems to be doing quite a bit of work on it. It's destroyed cargo bins so far. And I do not know what's going on right there. I think it might have reached its limits. I'm just gonna still see how this grinder does. Geez, it takes a while to grind through those gyroscopes. So there's a massive hole going straight down the center of our ship from an enemy ship which could easily dock and deploy troops onto it. And these are both just prototypes. I mean, you can optimize these way better, do tons more damage. This piston doesn't look fully extended like that one. None of these look fully extended, so I'm gonna see what's going on. Okay, so this is the most basic design that I could put on a running ship that still functions and can fly around. But if you have a large ship, you can add tons of these and just go to town with this. This is a great way to breach the hull of someone's ship. This ship has double armor, except for the control center place. And I'm going to test the audio. Just gonna turn down the sound a little bit. Okay, so I've turned up the meters per second to maximum. I don't know if that fully extends them. I don't know what's wrong, but these aren't fully extending. Are they? Maybe that is fully extended. Well, you need a lot of these to get distance. I've had to use, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4 just to get out of the inside of the docking part. And it does go a good bit in. I mean, if once you've reached the control room, you can, which in most realistic situations, kill the driver, because most of the time there's only one person on ships like this, realistically speaking, because this is a game. Now if it was real life and the ship would have plenty of people, then you would have to worry about crew coming from areas like this. And if you're wondering where all these turrets are here, this is basically like a death room, so you can't scale from the front to the back of the ship with no resistance. You're going to die when you go through here, so I wouldn't suggest it. So our drill has entered the engine room, and it's still going. I think it might cut all the way through my ship. I think this is like the last layer of armor. Let's help it out a little bit. Yep, it has cut through my entire ship. So this is a great weapon. For this thing to go all the way through my ship and put a humongous hole in it by taking little to no damage itself, that is really good. There are ramming ships, which, if you ram people's ships, don't do that, because you gotta repair yours, and it's just not worth it, and it really upsets people because it does a lot of damage, but nobody really wins from it. So try to refrain from doing that. And if you guys are playing multiplayer and you recognize this ship, it's most likely me driving it, because I'm not putting this on the Steam workshop or anything. So this thing seems to have finished its job. And that's basically it. They're pistons, there's plenty of things you can do with them. They're right here, by the way, in the inventory. Let's see if they've added anything else. Yes, they've added blast door corner. I'm not really sure what that does yet. Blast door, that seems like a missile maybe a missile bay door that can open or something, or maybe just explosions. If you're doing controlled explosions, close the blast door before you set it off or something. I don't know. But obviously this would be way faster in a real situation. I'm just kind of putzing around, showing you guys how well this is working, its strengths and weaknesses. So now I'm going to turn off my grinder. You don't need a grinder, by the way. You can just put a humongous end on this and it'll just start tearing stuff up. I'm going to turn this off, turn off the rotor, and select all of these. I do not know why that keeps happening. Oh, okay, that's the maximum distance. I want to get this thing out. I do not know why I can't select all of these at the same time. That's weird. Alright, so all the ship arm should be retracted back inside to be used for another day. Everything seems to be intact. I forgot to paint that one. Except for on the way out. Well, this one didn't retract. And on the way out we lost our grinder tip. So repairs that'll be done will most likely be on these feet if you smash into the ground too hard. Like I have right there, which also did plenty of damage. And the drill bit. So there's a humongous hole going through the entirety of your ship. This would not be a good day for you. This is a lot of repairs. Just this little hole, because it went through such a vital spot. And if you're gonna attack a ship with a rig like this, probably go through the center of it. Through doing this, I got the control center, destroyed conveyor pipes, which probably no longer allows these turrets to be reloaded, and went through the engine room. So this rig is a very good design, I would say, and it's still a prototype, so there's room for improvement. So that's about it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.